Can't stop the rain. Can't stop the rain.
Welcome to Hide and Seek TV, and I am back with a deep video I'm about to cover right quick on your boy Lamar from BMF, and I want to just break this down. I want to just break down, the symbolism and all of this, because like I said, I did my power breakdown before, with, the 50 Cent power, so I want to cover BMF really fast. I want to just get on Lamar, and this is a very serious symbolism. I'm actually going to start a clip off first off before I play before I play the video. Lamar obviously drives the Firebird. So you understand hint the Firebird, hint the Phoenix. And when you understand the Phoenix, hint that represent the resurrection of the kingdom. You feel what I'm saying? So I really want to delve real deep into this. So I'm going to play the clip and chime on in. This is a very graphic clip. For people, just let you know with discretion in a sense, but I'm going to delve real deep into this. Pay attention to this.
Hey, something's happened to your brother.
So what happened?
You need to come with me.
Oh, you got to
Come on, let's go.
Gotta pay attention to this.
Sorry, little man, I gotta cut you off.
Now let's delve deep into this. Because when you understand Lamar hint the whole how he come out the psych ward. And I broke this all down before about the whole theme of the of the mental issues. Remember I broke that down before about like how the Messiah hint the bipolar and things of that nature, because it's just written, I make up good and evil in Isaiah 45:7. So you see how he come out the psych ward. And when you understand it too, like the whole theme of Isaiah 53:8, he was taken from prison and from judgment. Who shall declare his generation? For he was cut off out of the land of the living. For the transgression of my people was he stricken. So I want to delve into this right quick, because the name Lamar is a very, very serious thing. When you understand it, Lamar means nothing but what? Out of the sea, of the sea. And as it's written in 2nd Ezra 13, and I beheld, and in 2nd Ezra 13, I'm going to start at verse 3. And I beheld, and lo, that man waxed with thousands of heaven. When he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him. And whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, all they burned that heard his voice, like as the earth felleth when it filleth fire. You feel what I'm saying? And after this I beheld, and lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man that came out of the sea. So hint the whole thing, how the Messiah cometh out of the sea. And as we know, as it's written in Zechariah, that Israel is as the four winds of heaven. So you see how deep this goes when you look at that, like how Lamar, the man out to sea. And I'm going to delve real serious on this, because the whole thing is about him trying to take the block back. So I'm going to delve into this, because the character that he just, that he just did that to, say he's going to cut his water off, his real name is Raymond, CA, and when you understand how deep this goes, he plays Darius. And Darius don't mean nothing but the possessor. You know what I mean? And his last name obviously means dweller near the sea. Hint Lamar, like I said, means of the sea. And hint, the kid that, he did that to, his last name don't mean nothing but what? Dweller near the sea. You know what I'm saying? And his name is Raymond. And this is deep because, Raymond hint the whole theme of Israel. Ra, like hint the whole theme of that, like Raymond, Israel. You know what I'm saying? So I want to delve deep into this, because when you understand the whole theme of Lamar, like the name and everything of that nature, hint of the sea, because as it's written, the voice of the Lord is upon the waters, the glory of God thundereth, the Lord is upon many waters. And you remember Moses in Exodus 2, remember he was taking out the water. Remember that? In a box. You know what I mean? Remember he was taking out the water. A hint the whole theme of the human body, obviously being what? 75% water. You know what I'm saying? And hint, remember in Genesis 1:2, remember the waters was the first thing that witnessed the face of God. So you see how deep this stuff goes. And it's all in our face. Because you remember I just said the kid that he did this to, his name is Darius, which means nothing but what? To possess. to take on the riches. And hint the whole theme of how his last name means dweller near the sea, and then Lamar names mean out the sea. Remember, I just said the Messiah cometh out of the sea. And what's so serious about that, because when you understand this whole connection with both of their names dealing with the sea, hint the whole theme of that, like it's all in our face. Remember, as it's written that the Messiah is prophesied from time of old. And you know how he carnates into the flesh. And hint the whole theme in Deuteronomy 21:22. And if a man have committed a sin worthy of death, he be to be put to death, thou hang him on a tree. Remember, that's prophesied in time of old, the law out of Deuteronomy. And hint how the Messiah, came about doing so. As it's written, the God of our fathers raised up Yahushua, whom ye slew and hanged on a tree. So you see how I did the connection with the young and the old, both of their names dealing with the sea. Like it's all in our face. And hint the whole theme anyway, as it's written. I want to delve into this because the whole theme of out the sea, hear how Lamar trying to take the block back. And how he come out of prison. Remember, I just read that in Isaiah 53:8, how he coming out of prison to take on the sins of the people. So I want to delve into this right quick because it's all in our face, because as it's written, hint the block. And that day there should be an altar to the Lord in the midst of the land of Egypt, and a pillar at the border thereof to the Lord, and there should be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord of hosts, which are a shadow of things to come, but the body is of Yahushua. So you see the whole theme of Lamar coming out of jail, and hint the theme of remember I said out to sea to take over the altar, the block. It's just all in our face how these Masons do this. You feel what I'm saying? It's all in our face. And I want to just show that because hint this right quick with the altar. I want to brother sent me the scripture, great sin, brother. In 1 Kings 18, verse 32, it's about Elijah. And when Elijah, with the stones, he built an altar in the name of the Lord, and he made a trench about the altar as great as would contain 2 measures of seed. And then you go down to 35, and the water ran about the altar, and he filled the trench also with water, as you can see. So it's all in our face, And hint the whole thing about taking the altar back. Who is he trying to take the block from? He's trying to take the block from Meech and T. You know what I mean? So you see how they're standing by the stone wall, the brick wall, the altar. You see how you're trying to take the block back. And when you understand that M anyway, there's just one break down this symbolism. When you understand the M anyway, that all stand for nothing but the Masons. I'm going to break this down right quick because hint the M on Sub-Zero head stands for the Masons, the worshippers of the darkness, the moon. Hint the theme of Sub-Zero, the cold. Remember I broke that down with Drake. Sun is down, freezing cold on sicko mode. You know what I mean? All of this comes together. Hint that M. And then that letter T is very important as well, too, because the letter T coming out of the Lewis, when you see the number 8 right there, which deals with nothing but the whole foundation of building up the altar. It's just like the foundation in which you place the Messiah and becoming the head. So that's why you got Mason, you got M and T, because the Masons want to be the one to rule the altar, the foundation. As you can see, like Mr. T, how he got all the gold. Remember, Rocky had to beat Mr. T. Hint Rocky, Messiah the Rock. As it's written, Messiah is as the rock. You know what I mean? So I want to show y'all this. This stuff is all in our face. Remember that I was talking about the Lewis because hint when you translate praise the Lord, it becomes what? Lewis eternal. You know what I mean? I want to just show that. So all of this is in our face. Let me play this right quick. Listen to this really fast. Listen to this right quick.
I be staying out the way, but if the beast do come around, could put an M right on your head. You Luigi brother now.
Hint the Luigi, Lewis. Put an M on your head. Remember, I just broke that down. I just broke it down to y'all. Put an M on your head, you Luigi brother now. Luigi don't mean nothing but Lewis. Hint Lewis eternal. Now put an M on your head. The Masons mark you. It's all in our face. You know what I'm saying? So I want to just keep going deeper into this. Pay attention to this right here. We're going to delve deep into this. Me and a brother was talking about this, doing some research. I want y'all to hear this, yo. This right here is serious. The whole scenario of it. Pay attention to this.
I'm gonna bury somebody that needs you taken care about. So that's the best idea. You know, the more heat you bring on him, it's gonna make it harder for us to do what we need to do and shit. You feel me?
See, first I want y'all to see he's playing Centipede. I'm gonna delve real Lamar playing Centipede, and when you understand the game of Centipede, I'm gonna break this down because when you understand the Centipede is what? A worm. And as it's written in Psalms 22:6, but I am a worm and no man, a reproach of men and despised of the people. You feel what I'm saying? And it's deep stuff because I want y'all to hear me out. I am the worm, and notice how he's playing Centipede. And remember in the game of Centipede, it all represents nothing but the great ascension because every time you would kill a part of the centipede, it'd become a mushroom. So I want to really explain this because when you understand the mushroom thing, all the mushroom represent is trying to destroy the head and prevent the Messiah from coming into head ruler. You know what I'm saying? And everything, it all comes together because when you understand the mushroom represent, taking, the saints away. Remember how I said many saints should depart from the faith. So it shows, that many people who are in the wisdom will depart from the faith because of what the whole thing of going into the deep delusion and illusion of the safety that the Masons, give us. Hint the whole thing, if you take the whole thing with a shot, you are in safety. You'll be able to have more advantages than someone who doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Because in Ephesians 4:9, now that he ascended, what is it but that he also descended first into the lower parts of the earth? So hint the whole theme of the centipede. And this stuff is real because as you remember on the Alice in Wonderland, remember how she was sitting upon the mushrooms? Remember when she was going through the rabbit hole? And I want to just show that, this stuff is real and there's no way around it. So I want to break down the score that they had during the game when he was playing Centipede. Let's delve into this. As you can see, the first row, I'm going to break this down. I'm going to go by each row. So as you can see, you got 76. You see the first two rows, you got the 7 and 6 right there. If you pay attention to that. So as you can see, you got that 7 and 6 right there, which is very important because remember earlier, when I showed it about the whole great altar, and that the Messiah, in rulership, he rules at what? 76 degrees is where the top of the altar is measured. So the hint to become the head is 76 degrees. So as you see, hint, you got the 7 and 6 right there. You know what I'm saying? And I want to really get deep on this because it's another part on the episode I want y'all to show. Look at this. Obviously, we know your boy Lamar's in the Great Lakes. He in my city out in Detroit. Hint the Great Lakes, hint Michigan. And then you got, obviously the 666. I'm going to delve into this in a minute. But notice how you got the 19 and then you got the 7 and then hint the 6, like 1976. So I want to really delve deep into this because that 666 right there is really important because remember in the scriptures, as it's written, here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. You know what I mean? So hence the whole theme as it's written that, many shall come in my name. And I've been breaking his name Lewis down. I've been breaking the names Williams, Charles, and so forth down. And you see how I'm saying the whole theme of many shall come in my name. So hence the 1976. You feel me? And then the 666, because remember I said he trying to take the block back from from Meech and T. You know what I'm saying? The 50 boys. And you see how you got 1976 right here. And it's that real because when you understand that in Revelation 12, as it's written, behold, a woman who was bringing forth a child, she was travailing in birth and pain to be delivered. And there appeared another wonder in heaven. And behold, a great red dragon having 7 heads, 10 horns, 7 crowns upon his head. He sought to destroy the child as soon as he was born. And when you know about 1976, remember I've been breaking this down for a while now. 1976 was the year of the dragon. You know what I mean? That was the year of the fire dragon. You see that right there as it's written. About the dragon, the red dragon having 7 heads, 10 horns, and 7 crowns, and 7 times 10 is the 70s. Remember, I was just breaking down this right here about the holy altar measured at 76 degrees when the Messiah is in rulership. So hint the 76. And I want to just show how all that connects, and there's no way around it. Hint, I already said it's the Firebird anyway. Hint, the Phoenix. He drives the Firebird. Come on, man. All in our face. Hint, Squid Games. I'm going to show y'all another thing right quick. Let me go back to it. You see that 45? Now, you notice this right here, row number 3. Notice how you got the 4-5 right here. You see how you got another 76 right there. You see how row number 4, you got 766. And then notice how you can go up like 4 or 5. You know, 3 and row number 4. You see the 4 and the 5. All in our face, because hint, right here, the 4-5-6 off Squid Games. I already broke that down. Hint 1976 to 2021 is 45. Hint Messiah, the 45 years old. As you can see, 45, and then you remember number 218, hint 21, 2021, hint 45 years old, and then you see 067 right there. I'm going to get into that in a minute. I want to just show all of this. There's just no way around it. How all this connects, man. Hint right here on the episode where you got all 45s. You see that? All 45 right there in the background. Hint 45. 2021, 1976 to 2021 is 45 years old. And hint this 1976, let's go into the square root of 1976. It's literally 44.45. There's no way around this. 44.45. You see that? And then notice the beginning is 44 because 44 literally deals with the Ark of the Covenant. That's all it represents, the 44. Remember, I wrote that down why Obama had to be the 44th president to try to hijack the Ark of the Covenant. Hint this right here, man. No way around it. Hint Busta Rhymes, break your neck. You see you got the 44 right there. Hint they want to break Messiah's neck. They don't want him to be the ruler of the altar. This stuff is crazy, man. Hint Squid Game show 1976 as well for the main character who was running the whole show. 1976. Hint Boyka. I wrote down the movie Boyka. Notice 1976 was his passport. Come on, man. Hint, this is what I want to talk about because remember I was talking about on Squid Games like 067. Remember I'm gonna break this down right quick, real fast. Hint on Raising Canaan, he wears number 67 because when you understand 67, 76 represent Messiah being a ruler, 67 represent the Masons attacking and reversing the power of the Messiah. So hint in Matthew 26:67, this was during the time of the Sanhedrin when they used to obviously do a lot of damage to people, beat them up, and they do all kind of ritualistic madness. And during the time of the Messiah being in the Sanhedrin, as it's written, then they spit in his face and struck him with their fists, utter slapped him. So hint 26:67. You know what I'm saying? There's just no way around it. Hint during the this is during the WNBA game, I think, with Candace Parker. Notice you got 76 right here. You know what I mean? In the midst of the crowd, you got 766. Well, 667, really. Hint the 67. Let's look at another one. Notice LeBron James and Carmelo Anthony, hint 76. Notice LeBron when he's going for the dunk, he's number 6 and he got 76 chasing him. Notice when Giannis, they actually, I didn't click it, but notice right here is number 7. And you see how he's right above the Pistons score. Notice that's 76, like 776. And they actually left Giannis open during a 3-point shot. And Giannis wears number 34, and then he made it 76 to score. No way around this stuff. And on Shaq, the General commercial, he got 67. So I want to get deeper, even on another level with T right quick. As you can see behind T head, you got that sun where hands are reaching out towards the sunlight. You see that back there? And that all goes nothing but to the Akhenaten, Pharaoh, who brought a lot of corruption to the during the time of Egypt. He brought a lot of corruption. And you see, obviously, you got the sun energy that he was trying to possess the light and become the false leader, the false ruler of the sun. And as you can see, you got nothing but like the whole theme of all the arms reaching out and things of that nature to literally create like a whole system to oppress righteousness. You see, that's the same sun. Come on, man. And Obama with the sunlight. You know what I mean? I broke this down a million times. But what I want to talk about real quick is about Lamar. As you can see, a lot of these guys, people have been talking about this. A lot of people from England have been coming over to the USA and things of that nature, and they've been like playing an American accent, and they usually get the most popular roles. Like Lamar, you know, he's from London. I know he's of African descent. You know, he's of he come out of London. Um, who else? You got your boy Franklin off Snowfall. You see right here, Franklin on Snowfall. He come out of London. Hint, Idris Elba. Remember how he played on a lot of movies? You know, The Wire. You know, American Gangster. In a lot of movies, he always played an American role. Hint, he come out of London. I'm gonna play a quick clip. Look at this.
Bumping on no real estate harm right now. I'm the landlord and the lease is 20%.
You know what I'm saying? The whole thing of how he got the American accent. Because when you understand how deep this goes, remember during the time of you know, you understand the tribe, the 12 tribes of Israel, when you understand the tribe Ephraim, you know, they were the ones who helped create, they the ones who created, you know, England. And I'm gonna delve deep into this because they were the Anglo-Saxons, and all Anglo comes out of is nothing, all it means is nothing but the bull. And as it's written that Ephraim, you know, was as a rhino, as a bull. You know what I'm saying? You remember the Messiah in Psalms 108:8. He says, Ephraim is also the strength of my head, and Judah is my lawgiver. Ephraim is the strength of the head. They were the ones who created England. You remember during the time of Ephraim, remember as it's written, Ephraim is joined to items, let him alone, because he become like a cake unturned. And Ephraim went away doing wicked things. You know what I mean? So that's why you see how deep this goes, how all that connects, because you know how notice how they come from, you know, England, and then they usually playing roles that show nothing but like, you know, negative imagery. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause that's all the works of Ephraim and how Ephraim was oppressing against their own people. Like it's crazy how all this stuff connects. You know what I'm saying? And this whole thing is all about like basically trying to like do the whole thing with gentrifying, whitewash. Remember I was talking about that number 67? And like basically you know, do the whole thing of like the whitewashing and let Rome tell the story of the Messiah the way they want to tell it. That's why all of them got to come out of England and things of that nature. There's no way around this. Even Spencer James come from England. You know, he got you wouldn't even know he was from England. Remember, he out in Cali. He sounded like a regular dude from Cali. And he played a role, you know, of Spencer James on All American. So it's just all in our face how all this stuff connects. That's why I really wanted to just touch this subject. You know what I'm saying? But I'm actually going to really just end that right here. I got more videos coming. Stay tuned. Much more is coming. Peace.